A significance 5.7 quake shook the already desolate visitor city in the previous several hours of Thursday, Taiwan's formal news story agent CNA told, the greatest in a episode of Aftershocks. 8 human beings were yet unrecorded for in Hualien on Thursday afternoon, all of whom were believed to include been residing or provisionally stay at the now ill-corrupt and tilt Yun Men Sui Titanium House, officials told. Disaster workers utilized huge purlin, grown in a crane, to prop up the house, a big housing and business facility that leaned eerily above the road under. Rescuers were dig unceasing on the backside of the house to try to discover human beings afraid captured on the reduced floors, Hualien Shire Flame Captain Zhu Zhemin told. No one is any much longer believed captured over the other story, he told. The lacking human beings were all associated to the Yun Men Sui Titanium House, officials told. 7 had been stay at a cot and breakfast named the Beautiful Inn within the house. Melinda Yu, an inhabitant of the 5-story on the currently listing party, told she was labeling her 50th date of birth in her flat while the tremble affected. The floors under her seemed to crash, and while the powder had purified, she told, she looked out a break box and found she substantially was on the land story. Who was wait for me external, proverb, offer me yours brush, and stretched me of, she told. One of her neighbors is lacking, she told previous Thursday employee found live in compressed in the Yun Men Sui Titanium is one of 4 persons buildings in the town how were each tilt or had compressed, authorities told. At the squashed Marshall Inn in center Hualien, rescuers achieved 2 workers who had been captured close the major resist in the hall, Taiwan's formal news story agent, CNA, informed Environment. 1 emerging dazed as save workers accompanied him of. The some didn't pull through. Meantime, 600 war staff and more than rather than 750 fire service brushed viaduct Kabul and helping Indiana save efforts, on to Taiwan's Center Disaster Transactions Center. One of the corpse was a China visitor who was newcomer in her child, onto CNA. She gone off environment night following affliction a chief trauma for the tremble, the news story agent informed. 9 Japan were injured and undertaken to the clinic, authorities told, but they include all been liberated. In full, 31 foreigners were struck, consisting 14 Southward Koreans, 2 Chekhov, 2 Singaporeans and 1 Philippines, CNA informed. Hualien is shut to Taiwan's renowned Taraco Canyon, a famous visitor purpose. Photos on country print showed the tight railway in and out of the canyon on environment night coated in rock, cobble and some wreckage of the quake. Hundreds of Hualien residents whose homes were ruined took orphanage at a regional arena, in ease organizations provided disaster supplies. Several 1,900 households lose force in the wake-up of Tuesday's tremble, but largest had it recovered by environment night, on to the Center Disaster Transactions Center. Yet, an alleged 35,000 residents were yet out of water supply, the center told. Silent Circle of Flame Weird departure to sleeping in the camping. Jason Greenier, a Canada residing in his Taiwan woman and child fair southward of Hualien, told Environment how their household is untouched and they include force and water supply. But the household was poised to expend a other direct overnight asleep external, cautious of probable aftershocks. Tuesday overnight's tremble was the largest forcible Sames thick felt in his 17-year on the Isle, he told. It jolted his household wake and shipped him scramble for his 7-year-old child and fleeing external. Occasionally, earthquakes, type of helmet you up and downward, he's love the entire building jumps. Occasionally he's love a swinging. The was love a conjunction of all at one day, you could listen the land moaning, Greenier, and teacher at domestic Donghua College, told Environment. The Greniers consumable the otherwise of the overnight in a car. On Environment, they pitched a camping on their characteristic. Though this evening, we're departure to sleeping in the camping, I believe, Greenier told. Since each period down there is a earthquake, you include to get up and solve if thou re departure to screw. It doesn't do for a peaceful sleeping.